Yeah, well, it's just because he's a rescue and he's like, and he gets overstimulated really easily. So like you'd be
Yeah.
sat petting him, and then all of a sudden that petting will become, hey, we should bite you. Yeah, like I'm gonna bite you. And then it's like it's not even like angry biting, it's like playful biting.
Yeah.
And it's like play fighting, and I'm like, that's all well and good, mate, but you've got actual claws. Like my hand right now, I don't know if you can see it. It's like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, like I'm
You
covered
can't
in
see
it.
the
Yeah.
two dots I've got in there from when Philip got behind the TV
Yep.
and I had to get him out. Yeah.
Yeah. Like he'll let me pick him up, but it's very much like a I can move you from one location to another, not a pick up and hold. It's a
Yeah.
we're going from here to here just to get you out of the way, and then yeah. Yeah. Well, either way. Cat talk. Then we'll dive in a more casual manner then, and
Yes. There we go.
we'll,
Oh,
we'll, we'll
I'll
kick
sit
away.
up.
You'll sit up properly. Slight posture. I've been dealing with my posture. Not great. I'm meant to be doing more like shoulders back, and it just doesn't.
I
Shoulders
just need
don't
to
stay
drop my
back.
shoulders.
Yeah, but
I
this
need to
just
drop my
this
shoulders
ain't
and
comfortable.
unclench my jaw, but it doesn't feel natural to me.
I don't clench my jaw, but my shoulders are like this, and then over time they just do that. Like, yeah,
Mine's
that's
like
it.
this, just up
Yeah,
in my neck all the time. Yeah, it's not good.
absolute gremlins. Welcome to the
Yep.
podcast, man. It's
Hello.
2026 in the time of release of this podcast. It's been a
Number
while.
six.
What, 2026?
Oh, I thought you said it's number six.
No, this is usually the first one.
No, as in the sixth with us.
Oh,
It
maybe
could be six.
could be. It's what 2017. 2020,
It might be number seven.
might be eight. Could be eight.
Might be eight.
Could be
Yeah.
eight. I think there's 9 seasons. I don't know. Been doing it a while. Doing it a while. Took a
Yeah.
brief break recently, obviously, for family reasons, because I was traveling and didn't have the time or the energy to arrange anything. So I,
Or the backlog.
yeah, like I ran out of the backlog as well. So I thought we'll bring it back. We'll kickstart the right. We'll do the usual me and you banter, and advertise Pepsi at the same time because
Got to advertise Pepsi Max Cherry.
yeah, Pepsi Max Cherry is good.
Pepsi Max Cherry is banging.
I'm a Dr.
It's my
Pepper kind of
dream
person.
sponsorship.
Or Pepsi Max
If I could
Cherry.
get a
If all
yeah,
originals
if I
get
could get a sponsorship for my life, it would be
Pepsi Max
Pepsi Max
Cherry.
Cherry or maybe Gaviscon.
You could
Unrelated.
you could easily be sponsored by Gaviscon.
Yeah,
Gaviscon and
unrelated to the Pepsi Max
ibuprofen.
Cherry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be a bad sponsorship deal though if you got all three at the same time.
Well, ibuprofen, Gaviscon, and
So
Pepsi Max Cherry.
yeah,
The picture of health.
picture of an adult nearly 40.
Yeah, 40-year-old male with a mediocre diet and a desk job. Yeah, yeah, okay.
Yeah, yeah. You 40 this year, right?
Yeah, February.
Maybe. How you feeling about
Uh,
that? Yeah, not bad.
I don't know. Like, I don't know. Everyone keeps asking how I feel about it, and I'm like, I don't know. Like, it feels like a milestone, and it
Hmm.
feels like I should be bothered. But I wasn't bothered at 30. I was
Yeah.
more bothered at 35.
Okay. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, I think 45 will hit me more than 40 will.
Maybe. I think like 42 because it feels like you're actually in your 40s then.
Yeah,
Because it's like you say you're 40, but you don't look 40.
no.
So it's like when you meet people and they're like, "Oh shit, you're 40."
Yeah, well, it's like I've just started a new job, and like the team that I've got now at the new
Yeah.
job, they're all like, "Oh shit, you're 40 next year." Like we all thought you were like 33, 34, and I was like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
that's probably because I dress like I dress and because I'm a dickhead." Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure. I think the other difference is as well. Like when I turned 30, I was surrounded by a bunch of people who were 30-ish,
Hmm.
anywhere between 26 and 33. Whereas now, even though my friend group is older skewing, it's mixed.
Yeah.
So obviously, as you get older, age matters less
Yeah.
because the kind of
The
gap gets
milestones
wider.
don't matter. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but like, there's only one person in our immediate friend group who's already 40,
Hmm. Yeah.
but then everyone else is kind of like early to mid 30s.
Yeah. So yeah, I have this at work because it's like we work with a bunch of 20-year-olds, like 20 to 27-year-olds.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of like, yeah, like it's more obvious that I'm older because of how young they are.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
you can easily find the other mid 30-year-olds. Like we have the young group and we have the elder group, and then the elder group hang out every so often just to get a break from being with the younger group who are still wanting to go out and get wasted every night. And we're all like, yeah, but we'd rather go to the pub and just like chill.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's the difference between like kind of like I'd say we're all friends together, like
Yeah.
collective, and everyone gets on. There's not two different sides, but like Amy's got a lot of her friends are a bit younger,
Hmm.
because she's younger. But a lot of her friends are kind of mid 20s to late 20s.
Hmm.
So there is a bit of a difference. Like we hang out with my friends and we go to the pub and go for a roast and we chill out, and don't slack, but
No.
it's a different pace. Whereas then we sometimes we'll go out with Amy's friends, and then like it'll get to about 11:30, 12, and they're like, oh, should we go to this club? I'm like, no, 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 we're going home because we're absolutely knackered. Like, and they're like, nah, we'll go do karaoke or there. No.
Yep. Always the way. Yeah, I remember like when I turned 30, and I think I came to Nottingham and met you guys, and
Yeah,
I wasn't feeling anything about it. Like I felt fine, nothing about it. And I remember being, I think it was at Cottonmouth, and Ollie asked me how I felt about it. And then I can't remember what he said to me, but it just clicked in my head of like, oh shit, I'm 30.
yeah,
Uh,
just a box ticking in it.
it is. It just means
That box has been ticked.
you get a different age range when you sign up to a new platform, and it's like, what years? You're 35 to 40 or 45 to,
Yeah, I
you have
always
to
think of it like a
scroll
video
further
game.
back to get your year.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, going down to 86 now, it's like, oh, damn it. No, I think it's like a video game when they give you like a point of no return. Like, please make sure you've done
Yep.
everything you need to do before proceeding because you can't go back. It's like, yeah, it's just another one of those moments where you're like, yeah, okay, cool.
I think you can go back though. I think this is something which, and maybe this is a thing where we do get to this age or where we get slightly older where we start looking at more examples which prove you can do stuff. Like you don't really think like when you're like 20, you're like, yeah, 50, it's all over. I need to basically settle down and retire. And then when you get to our age, you're like, well, yeah, but like such and such didn't do this till they were 50. We'll be okay because of that, because we can keep that like one example in our brain.
Oh yeah, like there's two that I always have in my brain. One is Morgan Freeman didn't start acting until he was in his 40s,
Nice.
and you're like,
New
okay,
career
well
for you.
that man
Yep.
absolutely nailed it.
Yep. He's
And
been doing
two,
great for 4 years or so. So
yeah, exactly. And then two, Sting retired last year from wrestling, and he was still putting on decent
mm,
matches and still doing his thing. And the guy's like 67, 68,
mm,
like maybe 65. I can't remember. It was his official retirement last year, and the guy could still do something up until then.
yeah.
And that's Sting. And Sting has put his body through the ringer through an entire wrestling career.
Yeah.
And
He didn't look
Sting's the
like Ric Flair like in the ring where
and
he
he
looks like an old man. Like
I mean, Ric Flair looked like an old man in the 90s, and
yeah,
the guy was only
I
in
know.
his like late 30s, early 40s. That man has like never not looked old.
And
I
then
don't know what
aged
young
like
Ric Flair
cheese.
looks like. Yeah, exactly. Um, whereas Sting still looked
Reasonable.
like
Yeah.
reasonable. Yeah.
On that note, who are you?
Well, we do this every year.
We do.
So I'm a brother, and my name's Martin, and that's that. And then you'll ask me what I do, and
Hmm. See,
um,
this varies. Like this is the thing. Year to year, this varies what you get up to and what
it
you do.
has recently. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Well, even
So,
then, like you introduced doing YouTube stuff, and that like was a
oh yeah,
very
we started doing some YouTube stuff. That me and my partner, which is on the last year's episode.
Mhm.
So if you want to check that out, Alt Adventures on YouTube. Recently took a very large train trip from San Francisco to Chicago on the California Zephyr. If you've
Mhm.
never taken a train across three-quarters of America before, I highly recommend it. It is a very fun time.
I imagine that's the
Um,
majority of any audience have never
Yes,
taken a
yeah. I
train
mean, there's
across the
not a lot of
majority
people that
of
have taken a train
America.
across three-quarters of America before, but if you are going to take a train in America, I highly recommend the California Zephyr. Get a roomette sleeper room and check it. Yeah, it's good. Very, very good. Watch our video. It's on YouTube. Alt Adventures, California Zephyr. Just search that.
My main takeaway from your video was get a cabin with air conditioning.
Yeah, seeing as our air conditioning was broke on both legs of the journey. Yeah, there's Casper in the background.
Hey, yeah, I assumed at some point we would have a cat interference, either background or foreground. So we'll see how that goes.
All good. And then yeah, job wise, so usually I say I'm in marketing and design, which I still am. But last year I'd just gone freelance, I think, when we did the podcast.
I think so. Yeah, I think you'd either just started or you'd started in the year prior, and then would like
It was the
deep in
April
it.
that I started. So
Yeah,
I think I'd have been like 6, 7 months into
yeah.
being freelance at that point. Which I did because I didn't know what I wanted to do next and I was bored at my job. So that was a fun time. But the market is limited and tough. And one thing I'm quite bad at is selling myself.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like being annoyed by people or pestered by people. So I feel very, very bad calling people and asking if they need work or introducing myself because I feel like I'm annoying them. I don't mind doing it digitally through,
Email.
ads or posts because that's not my face.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't tough, but I kind of decided to bail before it got tough. I had a very good year financially, but I was kind of looking for the next thing anyway.
Yeah.
I took a job. Well, I started interviewing for jobs. I took a job that I only stayed 3 and a bit months at. Turns out it was the worst person I'd ever worked for.
That's saying something, considering I know your previous managers.
Yeah. Hands down, the worst person I'd ever worked for.
Yeah. But you took the smart decision though. You got out. Like
I
didn't
walked
stay
out.
and then work for like 3 years and then hate it and then gradually kill yourself for it. You actually made the mature decision of like I'm just gonna cut my losses.
Yeah, well, I think I said to myself after lockdown, like, because lockdown was rough in the hospitality industry, like really rough and incredibly stressful. I mean, not actual lockdown. Lockdown was great. I had a great time, just chilling in my flat and walking the dog and whatever. It's nice, but post lockdown was absolutely horrendous.
Yeah.
And I said, and this is one of my reasons why I was looking around for something else, why I took the year doing freelance to kind of work out what I want to do next. And I said to myself after that, I am not going to stay in a job that I hate anymore. Yeah. I've got a little bit of like buffer now.
Yeah.
And having a partner that I live with now helps. So I had the opportunity to just go, and now I'm off. See you later. And that's what I did. Like, so I just walked out, gave my notice, was like, I'm not working for you anymore. You are one of the worst people I've ever met. So that's great. But when I was interviewing for that job, I was also interviewing for another job. And I ended up turning that job down to take the other one that I ultimately hated. But I did keep in touch with the CEO of the company because we got on quite well. And he was offering me a bit of consultancy work as well. And an hour and a half after I quit my job, I was on the toilet at 9 a.m. when I quit, getting a barrage of text messages. And that was the final straw. And I was like, an hour and a half later, I text that guy who I'd turned down before and said, exact words were, just quit my job, ha, 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 fancy a chat this week. He replied to me an hour later saying, your timing couldn't be better because we've just pulled the offer to the guy we were going to job to because he got really weird. How's Teams at 1:30?
There you go.
Teams call at 1:30. Teams call with his business advisor at 4. Text from HR the next day. Got the job.
Nice.
So, yeah. So I'm still in marketing.
Still in marketing.
But I'm in a new job. I'm now head of digital at an agency.
Nice.
So a much wider scope.
Hmm.
get to take everything I've learned over the years and
Hmm.
impart it onto a large team of creative and technical professionals.
It's what you want to do.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, like
Yeah.
I don't know what I want to do. I still don't know what I want to do.
I don't
Same
think
when we talk
anyone knows
about
what I'm saying.
40, I've got no clue what I want to do.
No. But at the same time, I think like it kind of relates back in the sense of like you're still at an age where you can take risks with these things.
For now,
Like,
yeah.
yeah, like because you haven't got, a dependency of a mortgage and child and or anything like that, you're kind of in that position where you're like, well, yeah, if I want to change, I can because I don't have to pay, to feed my kid. Like I'm not risking anything other than my own stability.
There's
And
there's a
that's
weird gap, right?
mm,
So when I try to do similar things in my early 30s,
hmm.
uh, in your early 30s, the experience that you had
Yeah,
doesn't translate across industries,
yeah,
and it doesn't um, qualify you for other roles outside of your industry.
yeah,
Whereas when you hit approaching 40
yeah,
with a much larger resume, even if that experience is very similar,
yeah.
people will consider you for different types and industries.
Hmm.
It's almost like they go, "Oh well, no, you've done loads of management experience over here. We consider that you might be able to take that management experience over here."
Hmm.
Whereas Amy, when she's looking around for a bit of a change of industry because she kind of wants out of hospitality,
Yeah,
um, because she's a bit younger, they're kind of like, "Yeah, well, I don't think your experience will translate over."
yeah. I get that.
It's a one. It's just a perception thing, I think.
It's like a mix of just like what you can do and what you can't do, industry to industry.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm in the same industry, but not
Yeah.
because the new agency is not hospitality focused, which is where I've been focused for a long, long time.
Hmm.
It's very much more e-commerce, and
I think
just
it's a
had
good
my first
change.
week at work, and it was very pleasant. So
Well, that's what you want.
yeah.
First casual week, you don't want an intense week.
Oh no, it was an intense week because it was they have this thing where you have to meet every single person in the company.
Oh, you do that
So
every, yeah, like you got to do that.
I mean, and
You got
I
to
mean
learn all the hundreds
every
of names you're never going to remember.
yeah, no, but like I had to meet every single person in the company.
Yeah.
I opened my Outlook. Oh, I filled the calendar for you, and then I looked at it. I was like, that is 20 30-minute Teams meetings.
Yep.
Yeah,
Every single time. Yep.
yeah. So that was my first week.
So I'm just protecting my keyboard because I have no doubt that Casper is going to stand on the power button as he did the other day.
Yeah, cat on
But
the keyboard. It's a
there you
classic.
go. Come on, bud. Come on.
Either way, so yeah, my intro to myself is longer than usual, but yeah,
It's
for anyone
con
that cares, there you go.
it's conclusive. It's
Yeah.
it's everything you need. It's like a good change for you. And I say your intro changes every year, so we can see if we can maintain that in the coming year.
Yeah, we'll see what happens next year,
Exactly.
right?
That's all you can really do. You can just, ride the train, as it were. And I always find it
Yeah.
funny that you work in marketing, and I'm very not against marketing, just bad at marketing. Like you're good at marketing, even though you're bad at marketing yourself because you feel like
Oh,
forcing
that's because
yourself
it's
onto other people. You
yeah,
know,
that's it. That's
yeah,
just kind of like me. Yeah, that's just kind of like self doubt and
yeah,
crippling self doubt,
yeah.
basically.
But it's the difference between like promoting someone else and promoting yourself. Like I feel like we're both pretty good at like finding other people and being like, this guy's great. Like this person's doing amazing things. You should go talk to this person, or you should go like handle this. And you know how to recognize the strength in other people and say,
Yeah,
hey, you're really good at this. This is what you should be doing, right? But when it comes to ourselves, we're like, we're terrible.
yeah. Well, you just feel like it's just imposter syndrome, isn't it?
Yeah,
It just is what it is, and but it's I suppose it's different skill sets for different things, isn't it? Like, it's like the manager of a band
yeah. Hmm.
can't be the lead singer. The lead singer shouldn't manage the band.
No,
They're very different skill sets. Very different skill sets, and they take the same knowledge
yeah.
to do both jobs because the manager has to know how the singer works and how the crowd reacts, and the
Hmm.
singer has to know the positive progression of a band and what a good decision is. But the two very different roles suited to two very different people.
Different mindsets. I was saying this to a friend recently who we have very similar job roles, but with very, very different outcomes. which is
Mhm.
like my job role is basically, as I say, babysitting adults, making sure stuff does what it does, communicating all of that stuff. And their job role is very much uh, come up with the idea and solidify that the idea is going to be a good idea. Like prove it out before we even get to a point of build, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
my job's 50% of each, so
yeah. And it's that kind of
it
thing.
always has been.
And he was saying like, oh, I struggle with this, and this. And I was like, you don't need to worry about that. That's why they hire me. Like that's my job bit. You don't need to think about that. You just focus on that. I don't think about creative direction of what we're doing as a business. I just execute, and that's all you need to do, and then do all my free stuff in my free time.
Of course,
Which
of
brings us
course.
nicely onto our topic, man.
It does indeed.
What is our topic for the day? Time out.
Curation over creation.
Okay.
And as blunt as that sounds,
I had a
let
visceral
me hit you.
reaction when you sent me it to like the other day.
Yeah, well, it's because
I
you
was,
like
I
arguing
was
with
like,
people who,
what do you mean?
right, creation is great.
Sure.
Being creative is a great thing.
Hmm.
There's a lot of creative people out in the world. But what the world is missing right now, the biggest black hole is curation. Because at the very top of the funnel, with and this isn't a mainstream media rant, it's a
We've done that one.
anything that has to make money
Hmm.
can't curate effectively because it doesn't work like that,
Mm.
right? You cannot be a tastemaker and expect to be a $1 billion, $1 million publisher.
Hmm.
That you just can't do that because that's just not how the world works now. Because there's no money in publishing anymore.
No.
Doesn't exist. The money that's left in publishing is clickbait,
Yeah.
and it's constant, constant publishing of articles,
Hmm.
and it's that classic. You can't just write a great article about one thing.
Hmm.
That now has to be 25 clickable articles and tweets and
Yeah.
TikToks and reels and a slideshow for LinkedIn.
Hmm.
And it's like, okay, so real singular taste making and publishing is essentially unprofitable if it's not a single person.
Hmm.
So that kind of the main source of noise within the world, which are the big publishers still, no
Yeah.
matter if it's I don't know from the Guardian to Lad Bible, you know, or the New York Times to NME magazine, right?
Hmm.
They're still big companies, big publishers, and they're owned by several different conglomerates and whatever.
And all funnels back to Murdoch. But yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like your IGNs, your GameSpots, if you want to talk gaming, they're all owned by big
Yeah.
publishing houses, your Condé Nast and all this kind of stuff, right? And there is a big gap in the world for like really good curation.
Hmm.
I also think a lot of what current creators could do better
Hmm.
is to wear their influences on their sleeve and also curate. I would love to see like young artists that I follow on Instagram or TikTok or whatever
Hmm.
do more of. Well, I'm not just talking about my stuff. Here's 5 bands that I also love that I've done this year. Reach out for collab posts with other people to put other
Hmm.
people up, and more collaboration, more curation, more being vocal about what you like, not hiding your influences or
Hmm.
only talking about them in specific ways when you're asked about them, and generally just curating a vibe
Hmm.
is what's missing from a lot of the chatter that is out there within publishing.
Okay. So you're talking mostly about publishing as like a,
No,
or do you,
publishing
you
is
mean publishing as a term, just like putting stuff
publishing
into
is a
the world?
term for general of putting things out in the world. When you
Okay.
put something online, you publish, right?
Okay. Yeah.
You, if you put something on your gram, you're a
Yeah.
publisher,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
That's what you're doing. You're putting something out into the world for people to read and consume. And
And you're talking about curation from the mindset of just being better managed with how you present into the world, or
Just more
focusing on that
people,
above creation.
not above creation, but on equal par to creation,
Okay.
right? Like my early internet experience was heavily framed by following individual blogs, right? And those people, like especially when things like the hype machine existed or
Mm.
different RSS feeds were a big thing for me. When I found a writer who had a great blog about indie bands, it was like, cool, add them to my RSS feed, the old Google Home, like a homepage thing where you could put all your RSS feeds in like a grid, and it was great. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Or even in the early days of Twitter, there is specific journalists who I followed because their
Mm.
Twitter feed would be full of like stuff. If they
Yeah.
found something, they'd share it. It wasn't, I found this thing, now I have to craft an article about this and submit it to, and I have to think
Hmm.
about the click. No, 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 no. Don't hit, throw it out there. Done. Just
Yeah.
out there. It's in the world. And this, like, even now, like, my Instagram is heavily curated
Hmm.
from my end.
If it
I
wasn't,
don't
this would
follow
be a
any shit.
terrible topic.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't follow any shit.
Sure.
Um, I don't follow things out of politeness.
Okay.
So, you know, there's people I know in the real world who I don't follow
Same.
because, well, they don't post anything.
Yeah. I don't care about what they're doing because they're not
I mean, in
there.
fact, if they post nothing, that's better than posting
Nonsense.
banality. Yeah, right. I don't really care because I don't really like. I know them, I like them, I'll have a drink with them, but like I
Yeah.
also really don't kind of care about what they care about. So I
You
don't
also
really reason
see
to
them in
follow.
the real world, so you can always discuss
Yeah, of
them.
course, exactly. If you want to chat about something we've got in common, let's have a chat.
Hmm.
But until then, I don't really care about what you share on Instagram.
Hmm.
Um, but it's the same with tattoo artists. So there's a couple of designers and tattoo artists, or designer artists, whatever you want to call them, combination of the
Hmm.
two, um, who I really, really, really enjoy following
Hmm.
because their stories are full of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, the hell's his name now? Cavan Infante, I think he is. New York, is but New York based,
Right.
and there's another one whose name's slipping out of my mind right now, which is annoying. Um, both of them, their stories are full of stuff
Hmm.
all the time. They see something cool, they share it.
Hmm.
Like they're sat thinking about 2000s see-through tech aesthetics. So suddenly their story is full of that
Yeah.
for the next 5 minutes. They just all of that is so good for just kind of like soaking up stuff.
Hmm.
And like you can curate your feeds to do that kind of thing, but I
Hmm.
just want more of it. I want more of it. I want more people to do that over and over. I want to have a reason to follow you
Yeah.
that isn't just your work.
Yes. I agree with that. Yeah. I think
And
it's,
you know
it's
who the best example is? Hideo Kojima.
he shares
That
value.
guy
Yeah.
is the epitome of what everyone should be doing on the internet. It's just everything that you find that you think, oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
Oh, this looks interesting. Throw it out there.
It's interesting as well because you like I feel like there's a conflict, and I think I've spoken to people about this before. Because a friend of mine was saying that I need that. Like, I need, not necessarily that I need that, because I share all kinds of shit. Like, if I see something I like, I share it. If I see something I want to support, I share it. I'm not precious on my stories at all. I'm just like,
Mhm.
fly it all up. But they were saying I need someone, like we were saying earlier, who can promote me because I'm bad at promoting me. Like they can look at my catalog of work and be like, "These are the stuff we're going to promote," and I will make you some posts, which will do all of that, which is the marketing side of things, which I don't avoid, but I just don't. My brain doesn't engage with it, so I'd rather just make something. Um, then to back to your point before, which is essentially what to me what you describe is it's management of the band, but the band is the individual. So being your own manager is a conflict. Like if I'm the band and I'm the only person who's doing the making, I also have to be my own manager, which would
Mhm.
then mean curating myself, which we said before you shouldn't.
No, you don't curate yourself. You curate your opinion
Sure.
out,
Okay.
right? You don't like you, curating yourself is like managing yourself, right? And
Yeah,
which unfortunately, as a
which we
solo
shouldn't
creator,
do.
well, you shouldn't do, but that's the world, right?
Yeah.
There's only so many people out there who are actually capable of being auteurs and being, the writer director. Most people should stick to writing or directing.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the way it works is you do everything. You are a jack
Mhm.
of all trades. And I've spent years being a jack of all trades in marketing as well. And like, do I want to learn how to build websites? No, but I have to because there's no one else to do it, right? That's
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
Do I want to
That's the
write
way.
email newsletters? No, no, I don't. But I'm going to have to because there's no one else to do it, right?
Not everyone can afford an agent, you know.
No, your big problem
Aye.
is
Lay it on me. Drop some truth bombs, man. What's my problem?
you present yourself online like you've already got an audience, which is not a bad thing because you present yourself like you've already built that audience up and you're serving the audience.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Kind of, but also not. I think like the way I always think of it is like I don't think I'd change how I approach presenting myself, even if I had a big audience versus a small audience or no audience at all, kind of thing.
No, no, no.
Because I
I'm
like
not saying you. I'm not saying you've been fake or anything.
no, no.
But in the same way that if I'm trying to think of a way to put this out as an example. Um,
Is it just how I word things or how I drop things?
no, 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 no. Like it's no. What I'm trying to say is, it's like if you're a legacy publisher,
Mhm.
let's say a let's say you're Nintendo,
Mhm.
right? Nintendo marketing Mario doesn't need to happen.
No.
Nintendo make Mario, release Mario, run a few adverts.
Mhm.
Mario's out there. The eShop says it's up.
Yep.
Win.
Yep.
Bit of PR. Send the update email out.
Mhm.
Win. Because they have an audience,
Yes.
right? They don't need to do that. If New Studio came along now and had Mario game, that
Mhm.
would involve teasers, begging for wish lists. It would involve hyping the game up. It would involve showing development art. It would involve everything. Studio diaries, getting hyped up, getting a trailer ready for the Game Awards, getting a
Mhm.
trailer ready for the Xbox Showcase, getting a trailer ready, for, whatever, right? You act like Nintendo,
Mm.
which in an ideal world is how everyone should be able to act. You
Oh
should
yeah.
be able to act. Yeah, like you should have platforms should have decent ways to reach new audiences. You should be able to go, I exist.
Mhm.
If you find me, great. If you
Yep.
don't, you don't. But the bit you skip is the trailers, the hype, the PR, the kind of all of that bit. And it's like it's not a bad thing. And I don't think it's you do it through arrogance. I think you do
No.
it through um, just not knowing how to do that other bit.
Yeah. I would say I would agree. I would agree.
Yeah.
I would say it's not like a it's definitely not like an arrogance thing like oh I'm so good that when someone sees this it's going to be an instant hit and people are going to love it, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely not that. I think it's a combination of one, it's kind of like learn I would describe it like learning code. I've tried learning code. I can't do it. My brain just does not work that way.
I cannot code at all.
I've
No.
read books on SEO. I've read books on how to market. I've watched the TikTok streams and the TikTok reels, which are all like, you should do this to like get engagement and do all of this stuff. And whenever I attempt it, my brain just goes, nah, like this ain't happening. Like even if I remember the tricks, like I recently started doing some stuff, which is like
Yes, yeah, you
um,
have changed your presentation a bit recently.
I've changed my presentation recently, and that's also like a little conflict of like self, where I'm like, I need to embrace ego a little bit, which is like admit that I think that I'm good in some ways, and that's the second part of it, which is goes back to what we're saying, where it's like I some way don't want to have to try to advertise because like I make stuff for me to feel good at the time. And then the secondary part of handing off to the public feels incredibly uncomfortable. So we avoid that by just dropping it. Like just going, hey, made this,
Yeah.
off you
You've
go.
tore the band-aid off.
Yeah,
That's it.
like
Yeah, you.
done.
Yeah,
Don't have to think about it anymore. Don't need to think about it ever again. Whereas
yeah.
recently I've been, toying with the algorithm, so to speak, of like, okay, what can I do? What can I be comfortable with? And it's still incredibly uncomfortable. It's like something I actually talk about in therapy. Is like when you knock on that door of the thing which makes you uncomfortable, the blowback from the door opening can be like crippling to your mental health of just like, oh, here's all this like thing, even if it's positive, and the positive bit just doesn't sit well with me. So I kind of
Yeah,
avoid that. But again, it's like that kind of thing of just like you say, like because of that, I do the thing where I'm like, yeah, I don't really understand it, and I'm not really comfortable doing it. So here's the thing I made, like deal with
yeah. No, like
it.
it's obvious that you're like, and like I've known you a very long time, and
Yeah,
like it is obvious that you are uncomfortable feeling getting feedback on anything that you
yeah,
put out there.
positive or negative. It's yeah,
Because
like
like
actually,
because
I
you always
actually
used to have.
respond better to negative feedback than I do positive feedback.
Well,
So that's a bit
you
weird.
used to always have a go at me if I gave you negative feedback. You're like, you never say anything positive, and I'm like, no, Graham. And then you used to get super defensive um, if I pointed out things that you were doing that I thought were fundamentally wrong, and they weren't like
No.
actual criticisms of your ideas. It was me telling you to proofread your fucking text.
See, this
Like,
this this is actually the one thing, right? Like I never care when you give me feedback on visual stuff. Like I remember you telling me my photographs were too dark. It's a fair point.
yeah,
Like that kind of sits now, like that doesn't bother me. What does bother me is grammar corrections. And that's just something in the back of my brain, which is like there's like a firecracker. And it's not just you, it's anytime anyone's correcting my grammar, my brain goes, well, fuck you, fuck everything you do. Like, yeah, I just can't
yeah.
fix that one, yeah.
You just have to proofread it.
I think that's the annoying thing though, man. I do proofread it. My brain just doesn't catch it even when I'm proofreading.
Well, luckily for you, AI exists now.
Ugh.
So when you type out a sentence, just copy and paste it into ChatGPT and say, please check the grammar on this.
Nah.
And does it make sense? That's not you cheating. It's your
No,
words.
I know
It's
that's not
just doing
cheating.
grammar check for you.
I know that's not cheating. Yeah, no, I know there's ways to solve it. I think it now I wear it as kind of like a badge of like, yeah, this is more like this is me being human, right? This is the brand. It is imperfect, and imperfect is what we're aiming for in a way. It's just not excessively imperfect. But I do agree. Yeah, I definitely have all of those character traits in terms of what I do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You also have a tendency to try and create, not document.
I think
And
that, yeah, I
a lot
think.
of a
Sorry,
lot
go.
of what the advice I give a lot of people now when I'm talking to them about social media, or if
Mm,
I'm like doing consultancy for things like this, is I'm like, you need to stop creating, you need to just start
mm,
documenting, document over create, right? And this ties into the curation thing. Document what you're doing. Don't
mm,
wait 3 weeks to put out the next post on your Instagram just because you've been working on this design to go out on your gram, or this photo or this collection or whatever. Document the process in the meantime, and the audience you will reach and the interest you will receive is wide and
mm.
great.
Yep.
Tie it into something human at the same time, and it connects way more with people. And this comes back to the curation. If you're looking for ideas for your next piece of art, your next tattoo design, your next, like, say you're a tattoo artist and you want to do a cartoon inspired series, and you start watching a bunch of like 80s kids cartoons that are a bit rare or whatever. My God, find some clips and throw them up.
Mm,
Like, or if you want to be creative about it, get an old CRT TV, play them through that, and do a couple of cool little visuals, or do a talking head green screen of you talking about it. Like,
mm.
more of that, more of that. Just like where your influence is out there, like document the cool things you do every day, because like people do cool things. You forget how you do cool things,
Mm.
and like we've talked about it before. When people always like, "Oh, my hometown's boring." It's like, no, you're boring.
Yeah.
Like there's the amount of people I meet are like, "Oh, Nottingham's really boring," which is where I live. Like, not a lot's happening these days. Nah, that's just you.
Yeah.
That's just you. If you really wanted to go find cool stuff, you can go find cool stuff.
Yeah. I do think there's definitely like I can also see just like essentially the problem, right? Like I agree. I agree that documenting what you're doing is incredibly important. Um, for your own personal space, but also just like you say, to have stuff to post, right?
Mhm.
Like you say, like if you're writing, doing whatever, if you're drawing, if you're sketching, like setting all of that up stuff to be documented, because people do get invested. They get invested in
Yeah.
what you're going to make. Like, I mean, like TikTok's a good example of it. The amount of people I follow who is like, hey, it's day 20 of 100 of doing this thing. And I'm like,
Well, that's a TikTok thing, isn't it? That's
yeah,
a
I'm just
very
like, cool, I'm here for the journey. There's a guy who's putting stuff into what I assume at this point is toxic waste because he's just adding stuff to this box. And I'm like, don't know what's going to
we're
happen
in.
with this. He might die.
Yeah.
Like, we're like on that journey. I think like the challenge is like obviously understanding that, but also if you're a creator and you are creating stuff, when you have to divert a percentage of what you're creating to presenting documentation,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah. Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
way more draining than actually
Yeah. I
creating
know.
because you enjoy creating the thing and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
cool, I like this is giving me passion. This is the thing I want to do, and then you're like, great, now I gotta make it. I gotta go buy a CRTV and do all this shit, and then I'm gonna hate that,
But
and then I'm not gonna want to create the thing I'm creating because I'm pissed off creating this thing.
right. But that's a mindset thing, right?
Yeah.
So I'm with you. Okay.
Mm,
There's nothing more that I hate at work. This is one of the things I hated about one of my old jobs
mm.
was we had more meetings about work than actually doing work.
Yes.
Right. I've got
Yeah.
work to do. I've got creative things to do. I've got promotion to do. I've got design to do. I've got things to do. Can we stop having meetings about work?
Mm,
There's a guy I follow on Instagram at the minute who's like nails corporate culture stuff. Whereas like, oh, we need some minutes for the pre-meeting about the meeting and the post-meeting. And it's like, oh my God, right? And yeah, I know it can feel like that,
mhm,
but if you're treating creation as solely an end goal
mm,
to put it out there to sell it, either just through likes or whatever,
mhm,
and you're probably doing it wrong.
mm.
The joy of creation should be the process, the sphere that surrounds it, the culture that surrounds it, because no art exists on its own, whether
No.
that's music, film, or whatever. They're all part of movements, part of scenes, part of genres, part of subcultures.
Mm,
They don't exist in a vacuum.
mhm,
And you are not in a vacuum. You're part of a sphere and share the sphere
mm.
because you enjoy the sphere. Otherwise, you wouldn't be in the sphere.
Yeah. I think it's interesting because I think the way you word it initially, it conjures images of conjures images of the marketing side, right? Which is like
Mhm.
you just document what you need to do because then the people can see, you can build an audience, you can recognize your brand, and you can target that audience and do all of those things. And you need 20 hours of footage to create a 10-minute thing, right?
Nope.
It like on face value until you break
Yeah.
it down, right? And because when you're breaking it down, what you're actually saying is that you need to engage with the community which you enjoy being part of to find other people who want to be in that community by revealing more of yourself. And like you
Right.
say,
Right. So if Vans,
yes.
the shoe,
Mm,
the brand, only posted product,
mhm,
no one would follow them.
mhm,
They don't. They post music. They post skate video. They know their culture. They know where they're at. It's the advice I'll give anyone who's starting a fashion brand or a product brand is go find the culture that you're part of it because that's the interesting bit. Nike don't advertise shoes. Nike advertise athletes and
mhm.
runners, and they don't advertise shoes. That's that.
Yeah.
Vans don't sell fashion. They sell subculture. Like that's what you do, and
Mhm.
that's how you win. And it's like high fashion. You oh god, I'm blanking on bloody any high fashion brands at the moment. But you know what I mean? Even big like
The
even
Paul
big
Smiths of
kind of
this
like
world, man.
streetwear influenced ones like Balenciaga or things like that. They don't sell clothes. They sell
Mm,
a brand and a
mhm.
brand that's associated with a sphere of influence. And subculture is probably the wrong word when it comes to something like that because the
Yeah.
subculture is just wankers who spend far too much money on clothes. But it's that's just what I'm getting at. Like the worst thing you can do is try to create all the time.
Mm-hmm.
If you're creating art, that should come fairly natural to you. Obviously, there's work to do to improve your skills, right? But you might want to improve your skills. You might want to do something, and you need to learn how to do it. Fair play. That's just learning. That's just life, right?
Yeah.
But the thing you're creating is quite organic to you, whether that be music, film, video, art, photography, whatever. But like, you shouldn't have to try. You shouldn't have to go, oh God, I need a post out today I need to make sure I document. Now it should be like, you looked at a bunch of stuff. So you've got some printouts of some cool stuff that you're looking at, or you've got a folder on your phone of like cool images and things like that influence this. Or if you're a musician, you know the 5 albums that you've been listening to recently, which inspired your latest album, because these are the bands and this is the movement that inspired you to create this new album. This is the sound you were going for. You know that. You know it inherently. Just screenshot it and share it. Don't think about it. Just do it. Like, and it's the same with like just being, just do it. Just curate. Just put stuff out there. Like going back to those guys on Twitter that I used to follow, or like different people. They don't think about it. They don't think, oh, I need to put like 5 cool things on my Instagram story today. They just do it. It's just natural to them. That's cool. Done. Hideo Kojima, he doesn't think about the thing he's going to put out that week. He just opens his mail of things he bought that look cool, decides if it's good enough to put up or not, takes a photo of it and puts it up and goes, this was really cool, check it out.
Yeah, I think I do agree. I think there is benefits to it. I think it's interesting as well because it kind of conflicts with the what I think is like the artist mindset overall, especially when it comes to social media stuff, right? The idea of like living your life less online is huge within artist communities. Like it should be about, like you say, it should be about the process, and they're thinking about it as it should be about the process, but they're thinking of it as the process of creation only, like not the process of living whilst creating or anything like that. And I think there's a level of people seeing it as insincere to do that, right? Like you say, like big brands like Vans, Adidas, whoever, all their marketing now is building a lifestyle. It's we're this person and you're this kind of person, and therefore you're going to follow the same things and be interested in it. As someone who isn't that, I hate that. I'm like, show me a shoe, I'll decide if I want the shoe or not, and then I'll move on. Job done. Bands I follow, I love their music, and then you follow them on Instagram and you get 100 videos about their tour, and it's nothing but their tour. It's like not like you say where it's like, oh hey, I also discovered this cool band, or we're going to do this movement, or this kind of thing. It's just their tour stuff, and it makes me unfollow them because I'm like, I just wanted your next album, mate. That's all I really wanted, big or small. So I think there's a very fine line with it, which is why it's hard to embrace like the curate mindset, so to speak, or the publishing yourself online mindset, so to speak, because it conflicts.
Well, you say like those bands only sharing stuff about their tour. It's like, it's self-serving.
Yeah,
which is what you shouldn't be. That's the opposite of curation. You shouldn't be self-serving. You should be community serving. You should be sphere serving. That's that. And one thing I would encourage people to do as well is like, obviously there's ways and means. You've talked about it previously in this episode. There's ways and means to optimize your posting, which you've tried to do recently. Like, check out my new painting. You're holding it backwards. You turn it around. There's ways and means to do that, right? Because that's more interesting than going, I painted this, right? But what I would say is if the less you think about it, the better success you will have in the long run. Because that post optimization stuff is good for jumping and getting a quick audience. In the same way that on TikTok, day one is a hook that people are using right now.
Yeah.
But it's finite and it will go away.
Oh, yeah.
Or if you build your audience by just showing up persistently, interestingly, and consistently, you win. And I would highly recommend people just get their phone out, snap a picture. Done. Put your phone down. Don't think about it. Write a caption. Write what you would naturally write Obviously, feedback to you is spell check it. Um, um, but like, just do it. If you want to make something look a bit better, you want to press auto, you want to put a little filter on it, cool. That's fine. That's all good. Like sometimes that's I obviously edit my photos a lot because it's something I really enjoy doing. I really enjoy the process of it. And one thing I like to do is try and match what my eye sees because my eye sees something different to what the camera sees. So when I'm editing the photo, I'm often kind of trying to recreate what my eye saw at the time. Like when I take a photo and look at it, I'm like, oh no, that's a really cool sky. I might take the photo and it might not look as red as I remember it looking, so I'm making it look a bit more red. Blah blah blah, whatever. Present however you want to present, but I would just say, just take the photo, just put it out there, just do it. Write the caption, just do it, put it out there, and put your phone down and walk away. Don't even think about it. Go back a couple of hours later. If you got some interaction, interact back with those people. Great, cool. Just keep going, just keep going, and keep going, and keep going. And again, if you find something cool, don't just go, oh, that's cool. Share it with the world. Let other people know it's cool as well. And like, I hate the prevailing who the hell cares.
Yeah.
Right? Because there's a lot of people out there who are full of crippling self-doubt to the point where they mock other people because they fear being mocked. And I know a couple of people like that who will constantly, why do people take selfies? It's so self-involved. And wow, who cares what you look? Doesn't matter, mate. Doesn't matter. The only reason you're taking the piss out of them is because you're too scared that if you ever put a picture of yourself online, people go, "Whoa, fat neck," or whatever. Ignore those people because they're just as scared as you are, but they just react in a different way because they're assholes. But genuinely, just go do.
I like that. I mean, it was funny when we talk because it's like we do have the same mindset on a lot of things. Like even this, like we have the same mindset. We just have different ways of wording it.
Yeah.
it's just that background of like, yeah, we're very similar but very different all at the same time. But I think it's good advice. Solid advice.
I think so. And I just want to see more of it. That's it. I want to see more of it, right? Like, I want to see more people curate. And that's what I want them to do. I don't want them to worry about the end product anymore, or everything has to be a sale, or everything has to be convertible, or whatever. And that you will win. You will win. Like that's what will win. Like everything always wins like that. It just does.
Yeah.
In the same way that I'd rather take a recommendation from the 5 people that worked in a record store in 1970 when I'm going in to buy a new thing, because I trust their opinion because they work in a record store and they look cool and they're older than me and they go to more gigs and they manage to see Zeppelin live and whatever. In my 1970s dream, living in a small town in America with a radio show there.
I was going to say, did you get this experience in Scunthorpe? Because I don't feel like you did.
No. It's my dream of living in a
record store, and that was it.
Yeah, it's my dream of living in a Chicago suburb somewhere, or in a small town in the middle of nowhere in America, and having a little radio show and running the local VHS store.
Yep.
But yeah, it's I want to see more of it because I'll and we've seen this recently with to not tie it into marketing too much, but Reddit, on Google searches, right? Everyone stops searching on Google for opinions on products without putting the word Reddit at the end, to the point where they had to actually physically make a Reddit section. There's a whole Reddit section now on Google because, and it loads within Google on the app, because everyone was skipping the heavily gamed search results, the sponsored posts that flooded the front page. Search is dead. Search is dying outside of extracurricular environments. Plain old SEO search is hard work now. And I know you hate AI.
Well, they made it harder work than it was as well, because it's they started flooding it and then flooded all the articles you open are written in AI jargon, and half of them don't make sense. So the ones you do get aren't useful.
No, and it's now coming up. This is something we're going to be tackling at work soon. Is AEO or AIEO? There's not a proper phrase for it yet. So AI optimization.
Yeah.
Whereas, how do you get recommended in the top search results on Gemini now? Because Gemini is the top of Google now.
Yep.
If I search on ChatGPT for best podcasts on YouTube, how do you come up?
You don't.
You will. You are indexed.
I'm
The same way
indexed
you're
somewhere.
indexed in Google, right? You're indexed in Google, but you're on page 50.
Yeah. Yeah. Unless you
If I search,
keyword it, yeah. It's like yeah.
unless I'm very specifically searching for yelling at concrete
Yeah.
YouTube, right? If I search arts, interesting people, podcasts, YouTube, or whatever that might possibly describe you, you're page 100.
Yeah.
And you're also 500 prompts on ChatGPT away from being listed.
Hmm. Yeah.
How do you get that up there?
Yeah. How do you manage that? How do you tackle that when you come
Yeah,
in
like
from the bottom?
you've got a lot. You've got a lot of that now. Search within social is becoming a big thing as well. Like there is people who will, if well, I do the same.
Hmm.
Someone tells me about a restaurant, I don't Google it. I go on Instagram. I don't search on Google for a restaurant. I search on Instagram because that's going to give me the thing I want, which
Yeah.
is pictures of the
Picture the
pictures of the
menu.
restaurant.
Yeah.
It won't give me the menu, but it will give me an idea and it'll give me a vibe,
Yeah.
right? And there's people that do it with products as well. Like if I want a tech product, same with me. Okay, that's a point. If I'm looking for a particular tech product and I want to find out more about it, I search on YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah. YouTube's usually the way to go. But then even YouTube's becoming worse for that because the amount of videos
Yeah,
you find on YouTube, which is just like an AI voiceover, which summarizes the thing you would have got from the search engine results, is like,
yeah. But all of this will start to go away again. It will at some point because it will is cannibalizing itself to
yeah, you're already
the
seeing
point
it.
of mediocrity.
Yeah, I can't remember which company it was recently who said that they're laying off people in that department because no one's using it. It's like, yeah,
Mhm.
it's bad. It doesn't work.
Yeah,
Like,
but places will exist, right? Places
yeah,
will always exist, and solutions will be found because
yep,
people like stuff,
places and
right?
people.
It's just places and people. People like stuff. It's like the way radio starts dying, and then podcasts come along because people like curation, right? They like
Hmm.
that kind of thing. It's the same way that streaming's ruining movies, but things will come along, and they will start to fix that. There's a lot of people out there who have entire channels dedicated to just recommending movies, not even reviewing, just listing out
Recommending.
5 horror films you might have missed this year
Yeah. Well, yeah, we all
because the
follow
landscape
what
is.
culture?
So,
We all follow what culture?
I mean, yeah, not even that because what culture's a great example of someone who will publish for metrics.
Oh, yeah. Also, what culture?
Everything they do.
This is off topic, but what culture recently started pissing me off because they trim the last minute of their video, right? So what culture used to do a thing where they would give you the list and then it would be like, oh yeah, click and subscribe, and then the video would end and you'd be like, cool, that's the end of the video. They don't
Yep.
do that anymore. What they do is they trim the last 30 seconds so it cuts mid-word because you're still watching the video and it's like you watched the whole video when in reality they didn't give you a satisfying end to the video. So the next video starts playing so they can game the metric that they've watched the entire video. It's like, oh, because you thought
Yeah.
there was an extra one, you thought there was an
Yeah.
outline. Yeah.
It's like looping on TikTok
Yeah.
when
You don't
someone's
know you're in a loop. Yeah. You're just like, oh,
you never work out in the loop, but they've cleverly scripted it so it
yeah.
feels like you're in a loop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the way.
Look, and I know you hate AI, well, generative AI.
I hate
And
I hate we'll establish. I think AI has a tool usage. I use AI. I use it for TikTok. I use it to slap a YouTube link into a program. That program cuts it into TikTokable clips, and those clips get posted. It is a AI tool. It's called Visit, I think it is, or something like that. And that's useful. My problem mostly is with generative AI and ChatGPT AIs, which are killing search engines, which are then hiding stuff from me. And I'm like, great.
yeah,
Cheers for that.
I hate the reliance on, oh, now with AI.
Yes.
Here's a spatula. Now with AI. Right.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't massively agree with the scraping of copyrighted materials without compensation.
Yeah.
I use generative stuff within Photoshop, but
Mm.
Photoshop is all trained with Adobe's own materials.
Mm.
So there's what's called ethical AI, I guess, or like it's commercial safe. So basically, nothing was pulled from copyrighted materials that Adobe does not have a license for.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
and I
mean,
use it to like delete things or expand.
yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, even on my phone, like I've got, a Google phone, so I've used the Magic Eraser. Like, it's
Yeah.
it's all that kind of stuff. Like that doesn't bother me. Like when it gets down to it, there's like two problems with it. my main problems are usage of copyright materials or other materials to create something which is, imitative of that, and saying that that is creation because it's not, and calling it art. And that's just a differential in terms of how you recognize art and participation within art practices, which is usually what I'm trolling people about on threads, where they're like, oh,
Yeah,
well, the
there's some
tool doesn't
people.
matter. And I'm like, well, if the tool doesn't matter, I'm going to crop yours, I'm going to filter it, and I'm going to send it right back to you because I just made that. Cheers, guys. Tool doesn't matter. Job done.
In fairness, that is the art world's fault,
Sure. Yeah. There's
right?
back. It's the ego which has
Because if you
accompanies it.
right, if you can tape a banana to the wall
You
and
can.
call it art,
You can.
right?
You had
That's
to you
no
had to tape
different.
a banana wall though. You had to have a human being go find a banana, buy a banana, get some tape, put it on a wall.
Of course you did, but you didn't
Yeah.
make the tape and you didn't make the banana.
No, but the tape and banana were made as part of a process. The problem is they see their process as not mattering. The process of getting to the point where you have tape and a banana also matters. So conceptually, you added production processes all the way to it. AI's production process, they want to ignore that and go,
Mm,
here's a picture of a cat. I made this picture of a cat. You used a tool. So what is the history of the tool? Because that's concept and that's fine art history, and that adds to everything to get to that point, and they want to
look,
skip that.
I'm not defending it,
No.
but if you can say buying tape, buying banana, putting on wall
Yep.
is art,
Yeah.
then typing prompt is art.
I'm willing to say it's art. I'm just willing to say it's not the art they think they're making.
No, no, you're correct,
And
right?
that's
And
my point, and they don't get that, and that's my
yeah, yeah.
point.
And I don't think taping banana to wall is art.
That's fair. And that's
Right?
again,
I don't think
because
that's
you get
art.
to decide what's art and we get to decide. And that's the
And
subjectiveness of art,
that's the
right? Like
thing.
that's it. Yeah.
Everyone gets to decide what's art, and
Exactly.
unfortunately, no single person has any authority to tell anyone else what
No.
is not art,
Yep.
because that's that, right? No matter how much Sotheby's would like to tell you differently,
Well, yes,
because
that's a whole thing.
Sotheby's, they'll check your bank account before you can call it art.
Yeah.
If you don't come from the right class of family, you're not allowed to be an artist. But it's like it is one of those arguments in it where like I think the art world fucked itself a little bit by well,
Well,
everything's art.
well, that's the thing. Like, I think there is a valid argument to saying it's art. I think it's just like it just ignores it. It just ignores the idea that, like even a pencil, and I've thought about this multiple times. It's like, right, so, I sit down and draw. I did that with a pencil. Pencil is a tool. There is a history to that pencil, which adds to the conceptual value of the image. And it's just something we accept as artists in the same way, like you go find a toilet and put it in a gallery and you call it art. It's like there had to be a history to getting that toilet. So if you're choosing to skip that, then what is your story? What are you actually trying to say when you generate an image? And
But at the same
that's,
time, is that you'd look at it with generating images and you go, okay, well, you didn't make the pencil, you bought the pencil. Yeah, there's some
exactly.
history to you getting the pencil. Of course, there is. There's a history then to them typing in the web address to get to the thing. It's the same thing.
It
If you
is.
if you're gonna, yeah, this is it. But like, it's just what value you place on it, and
Yeah.
it's defining what it is, right? And
Okay.
the point I was going to make with AI was, I've actually found AI to be a very useful curation tool.
Hmm.
So if I'm trying to narrow down a vibe for something, I have found that using AI generative tools
Hmm.
to generate images that I think look like the thing I have in my head, because it gives you a very good, almost, what the hell would you call it? Like a process of elimination, right? So if you say cyberpunk city
Hmm.
and it generates 4 options for a cyberpunk city, you look at those and you go, well, that one's kind of close to what I was thinking of, these three aren't. It really helps you find out what is the thing you're thinking of and the thing that you're not thinking of. And then you kind of go, well, that fourth one is more what I'm thinking of. So generate more images like that. And it does. And then you kind of go, okay, yeah, I want I think about cars in this cyberpunk city. So then I will generate a cyberpunk car and use that as a background.
Mhm.
And I'm not saying this is not a way to get to the finished thing, but it helps conceptualize the thing you're thinking of because sometimes you can't always find the thing you're thinking of
No,
because no one in the world can say they're not influenced by anything and everything they read and see, right?
no.
Only someone in like 1800 BC, you know, could possibly sit there and go, this cave painting is totally original. But even then, they've seen textures in the world, they've seen nature.
Yeah. Like even like
Everyone's influenced by something, right?
like if I think I'm going to draw a duck, I look at pictures of ducks and I'm like, cool, ducks. Um,
Right?
I think my conflict with that is I think that does damage to you mentally because you're not trying to conceptual it. Like it's the whole idea of the sketch, right? Like generate car.
Oh no,
You
I'm not
find
saying
no.
yeah,
I'm just saying
yeah,
like because you're creating a distilled version, a lot of people will take that distilled version and then just reproduce that distilled version.
yeah. That's
Whereas
what I'm
like
saying. Don't
me and
not
you,
don't use it as a template.
yeah,
It's
it's
not
like
a template.
they will use it as
Yeah,
a template, which then creates a society of like amalgamated art where everything just looks
yeah,
like what was generated, rather than going like we would, which would be like, cool, got this picture of a car. Now I'm gonna go do my own thing with it. Like I'm just gonna create something because that's the step which is missing. Yeah,
It's that's what I mean. It's like a curation. It's
yeah,
like making a Pinterest board. It's like
yeah,
if you make a Pinterest board of cool skateboard art,
yeah,
don't go copy someone else's skateboard art. Use it as like influence, right? And use it as
yeah,
like a jumping off point, an idea. And the same with AI. I find AI very good for that in the sense of like picking because AI is trained on features
mm,
that kind of almost stereotype towards the thing you've just typed in.
mm,
And I think it can be very good at picking out those stereotypes sometimes and putting them in front of your face so you can either avoid them or embrace them in a
yeah.
way.
I
Yeah,
I guess it's also that
it's one
thing
of
of
those.
like it's what you enjoy of the journey as well, right? Like I enjoy the idea of like if I need something and it's going to be harder for me to find it, I'm more satisfied when I go find it. Like like when have to go through 20 websites to find the right picture of something, I'm like, cool, that was fun. I had a fun journey. I was all involved in that.
Oh, same. And like
Yeah,
if I want to make something look like a magazine from the 90s, I go on
yeah,
eBay and buy magazines from the 90s.
exactly. Yeah, and it's that thing again. It comes back to what we were saying before. It's like all of that stuff is the stuff which we find important, and it's all the stuff which is all community and people and building things and exploring all of that. Whereas, like you say, if everyone is just kind of clicking through to do stuff and generate stuff, you have no documentation. You just have here's
No,
this, and it's
yeah,
like that's it's just a weird way of working. It's robbing you of the satisfaction of the journey of going to talk to 12 to some random guy in a record store. It's
yeah,
robbing you of that interaction, which all adds to the story. Claps. Yeah.
yeah,
As I say,
yeah.
there's so much nuance to it. I just find it funny how people are like willing to die on the hill of like this is this, and I'm like, well, if we're gonna play devil's advocate here, let's play devil's advocate.
yeah.
you know,
Yeah, but it's like anything, isn't it? Like, to go back to what we talked about before with like
Mm.
sharing and stuff. If you go to see a band live, don't skip the warm up act.
No,
They might be
always
great,
listen.
and if
Yeah,
they are great, tell people they're great.
always post what you could see and post after you've been because you don't want to get stalked. But you know,
Standard, yeah, yeah,
post the thing you see, post the artists you enjoy. That's why I always share music, so all that kind of stuff. Of engage with the culture and the community, and it'll come back to you. I think is the
yeah,
general.
for sure. And I'd like to see you do it more on your Instagram next year. And your thing is like do a reel about 5 artists I've discovered in the last in January. In fact, do that next year. Next year, every month, put out a 5 artists I discovered this month,
All right,
and
I'll tell you, John.
I bet you'll see growth of interest in your work if the audience that you find for that kind of work that you're sharing
Mhm.
is similar to the audience that you'd like for yours.
Yeah, I'd agree. I already
Yeah.
have an idea kind of like that, but I'll talk to you about that offline because I haven't thought about it just fully how I'm going to do it. But
Yes.
I'll follow you up with that idea. But no, I think we're kind of as always as always with the first episode of the year, we're on the same page. We're just reading different books. It's we agree it's just different languages. which is
Yeah, and often we start at the wrong end of the book.
we do. We do.
Yeah.
I like how we always come in with like some hot statement. Each one of us is like, don't know about that. Don't know if I agree about that. But
That's always my idea. I always come up with a hot statement to make you go, wait a minute.
walk me through it. Walk me through it, lad.
Yeah.
It's the beauty of it. All right, man. Well, we're gonna bring this out to the end points. And this year I haven't changed the questions because I changed the format of the video slightly in the past few years where I add clips and stuff in to make it more engaging for YouTube, and it's not just two faces staring at you for the entire thing. So obviously we've talked, but what is some genuinely good advice, man, after your year of change?
Do more.
Do more.
I think just the theme of this episode is just do more. In fact, no, let's just whittle that back, not do more.
Do less.
Because do more makes it seem like you're accusing people of being lazy.
Yeah, like you're saying,
no,
people
I'd
aren't
say,
doing enough. People are doing plenty. They just
yeah. I say, look, if you are even creative in the slightest way, or you value the things you put out into the world, or whatever, I don't know, fucking anything, right? I would say my big advice for you is document, don't create. Stop trying to reach perfection. Stop trying to create the thing. Just do it, document it, do it, don't think about it. And who gives a fuck? As long as you're not fundamentally a bad person, it's probably not going to backfire on you.
I mean, you'll soon find out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You want to test if you're a fundamentally good person? Start documenting, start sharing everything you're watching. And
yeah, exactly.
You'll find out pretty
quick. Yeah, you'll find out pretty quickly. If your views are a bit contentious, you'll find out pretty quickly. Yeah.
Alrighty. And then, which I feel like is also a good way to step into this last question, considering we've just talked about sharing things. Who should I talk to next?
Who should you talk to next?
You had a whole year to think about this, man. You
And
know
I forgot
this
the
was
question
coming.
existed.
You knew it. You've had it for 7 or 8 years now.
Yes, and I forgot the damn question existed.
I've never been able to get a single one of the guests you recommended.
Yeah, you haven't, have you?
No, I've tried as well. I've tried in multiple ways, multiple means, emails, Instagrams, nothing come through.
Okay, there's a guy called Evan Erdinger.
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 EvanEdinger.
Yeah, Erdinger. I guess. Edinger.
Erdinger, yeah.
Erdinger.
Either way,
Yep.
He's a guy from New Jersey
Mm-hmm.
who lives in London now.
Yeah. Fun.
And a lot of his videos are about weird things in Britain to Americans, weird things he finds normal now, that things in America he now finds weird.
Mm.
But he also does little videos about, he's recently done some stuff about bus travel in the US and how like public transport is non-existent and a ball ache can set up to fail and blah, 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 blah. And I just find him quite charming as a man. And I just like his vibe. Like, I don't think the content he puts out is particularly groundbreaking in any way, shape, or form. He's just a nice dude.
All right.
The other person did I recommend him to you last year? Peter Santinello.
Also in Japan?
No, British guy, American guy.
Don't know. Maybe. Doesn't ring a bell.
Okay, look up Peter Santinello. He's a guy.
American
guy. He just goes around America to talk to people.
Oh, I think I've seen a couple of his videos. Yeah, because he's been to like the Appalachia towns and spoken to like random people up there. Yeah.
He just wants to know what's going on at that point. It just kind of like goes to a place that's maybe been, ravaged by poverty a little bit, or whatever, and just chats to people.
I like that.
And he's a great example of document, don't create.
Hmm.
Like, he has a little bit of a narrative about the place because of what he's learned on his research, but he lets the people tell the story.
Yeah, I like that.
And he's a good example of that. Yeah.
I mean, that's the same premise we essentially have here, which is get the people, see what they want to talk about. I'm going to do the thing.
Yeah. Other than that, the other one, right? So And I'm just picking people I find really interesting. There's a guy called Phil Carr. You may have seen his stuff on TikTok. His username, well, his thing is just Phil.
Phil Carr. Internet personality Phil Carr. Oh yeah, I've seen loads of his stuff.
You'll have seen a bunch of his stuff, right? He's just
Yeah.
started his YouTube journey. He's mainly on TikTok and Instagram. But
Mhm.
that guy, I just really like him. Like, I just think he absolutely nails what online commentary should be. He's not
Mm.
kissing ass with anyone. Even when he got invited to the F1 in Dubai, he didn't shy away from saying what we're all thinking.
Mhm.
Like, there's some stuff where he met Keir Starmer, where I was like, I would have loved to see you go in on that guy
Mhm.
a little bit and say what you really think. But I think he's just a good example of someone who can talk the talk and walk around and be just a human.
Yeah.
He's a human. Um, and
Oh,
I just really enjoy his vibe.
all right. Well, that three personality recommendations, and
There you go.
that's what we want. Matches the theme of the podcast. We brought it out. We rounded it out. We had concept. I like it.
Yeah,
All right.
why not?
Well, pleasure as always, mate. Same time
Indeed.
next year. Maybe you'll remember the question exists and
We'll see.
prepare in advance. Maybe I'm also
I'm
going
looking
to
forward to
edit this one.
putting this video on like 10 times speed and watch my room just get darker and darker and darker and darker
There
and
is
darker.
an intense gloom surrounding you, which is surprising considering, the vibe I also put off. But my room has gone weirdly brighter through this entire period. But
Yes, but it's also like what, 9 a.m., 10 a.m. where you are?
it's almost midday,
Oh, it's almost midday.
man.
It's 5 o'clock
I
here.
don't care how you don't get this time difference. Like, it's
No,
been
it's
four
5 o'clock
years.
and it's in, yeah,
Like,
we're kind of opposite ends of the afternoon here. So,
true.
um,
And it is the middle of
yeah,
winter, so yeah,
unfortunately, the sun went down as we were speaking. So,
it did. And we even started early just so it would remain light and the lighting wouldn't drip in the way that it has in previous years. So yeah, we'll
nope.
see. We'll see how it comes out. Alrighty, well yeah, I think those are good points to round out. It's been a pleasure as always. Unless you got any final
Always.
thoughts, we'll log off there.
No,
Mm,
just if you're in the UK, please, for the love of God, don't vote reform and vote Green in the next election. Please,
That's the message from
please.
mine.
We need
All right,
radical change, but not that radical change. We
yeah,
need positive change,
positive
not
change.
negative change.
Yes, we need more open-minded change as well. Not
And I like that I'm saying that when I know for a fact that we're 3 years out from the next election, but it is what it is.
are we? I thought we were only like two.
Yeah. Trump only got in January.
All right.
Starmer only got in late last year. It feels like a lifetime.
Yeah, it has been. I've gotten more
Yeah.
wrinkles every year.
Yeah, it feels like an absolute lifetime.
It's fine. I've got
But
global entry now. I
you've
can
got you've got
I'm
3 more years of that. And I've got another
Well,
three and a bit years of this.
I've got 3 years providing they let me stay. That's that's what I always caveat. It's like I've got 3 years as long as I'm allowed to stay. So
Yeah.
we'll see how it pans out. But on
Hey,
that note,
America's loss is Scotland's gain, eh?
exactly. There we go. Scotland don't love me. They love the English up there.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, we'll talk to these guys later. Cheers.
Well, indeed.
Bye.